it's Dawn here and welcome to my channel. Well, today is my weekly roundup, and if you saw me yesterday, if you joined me yesterday for my video, you will have seen me doing a review on these paints from the SAA, the Society for All Artists. Now, as I said yesterday, it wasn't a sponsored video. I wanted to do a review because they were so fantastic, and I did ask their permission, which they very generously granted me. So I did do a review of these, and I was amazed with the results. But that's not all I've been doing this week, because these didn't come at the beginning of the week, so I haven't just been using the SAA paints all week. I've been doing other things as well, and I'm going to show you right now. So I'm going to pop them to one side. So I've been having a go with my other watercolour paintings, or paints, and I did this little sunset. It's a quarter imperial size sunset, so it's reasonably large. And I used my traditional watercolour paints with these. I've been trying to, well, not get away from pencil, but have a go with traditional watercolour more. And so I did this, which I got the inspiration from a photograph that I found lying around in the studio. And I changed it a little bit, but I quite liked the effect and the way it came out. And I liked the birds up here. I liked the way they were displayed across the sky, for want of a better description. So I decided to do that, and I'm going to show you another painting, also in traditional watercolour, and that's of this gorgeous fern-leafed peony. And this one I've actually used, not this, well, a photograph of this peony. I've actually used this image to create a couple of products, and I'm going to show you them right now. I'm just going to bring them a bit closer so that they don't fall on the floor. And the first one, I'm going to pop that to one side just for a second. The first one is a birthday card, and all I did, this is an embossing folder. The background is an embossing folder, which I coloured with my paints, and I used a gold pen just to go in the leaves. I used the deboss side and just went into the dips to create a bit of a background. And this is a piece of gold card, and my painting is on the top. I just cropped it and cut it down a bit to size. And this is just a topper which I printed and backed onto a piece of ordinary white card and used foam tape. So that's how I did it. And perhaps next week I will do a more detailed demonstration of how I got this effect and how I made this card up. Possibly with the same card, or the same image, so that you'll recognise it. So I'll do that next week for you. And moving on to the same image, I did, there we go, I did a scented note card, also with the peony, and of course it's the same fern-leafed peony, but I've done the full painting here so you can see more of these gorgeous leaves. I really enjoy painting these I used a rigger brush and a combination of sap green and yellow ochre to paint these and to get that lovely rich green, and I really enjoyed doing that. And as you can see, I used a couple of dyes just to give it a frame and just a slightly different shape, just to be a bit different. And while we're on the subject of scented note cards, I've got a few more over here which I'm going to show you. I'll leave those there for a minute because they're not too in the way. I painted a fuchsia card, and I used a pencil background to give the impression of more fuchsias in the background with some green, and I did do that in pencil, but the rest of course is painted in watercolour. And I did a rose one. Now, you may have seen my scented note cards before, but these ones are slightly different in the sense that the previous set, my original set, I used photographs of the flowers, but these ones I've actually painted them. So I've painted this again in watercolour, which I'm quite pleased with because I don't paint roses very often. I should do because I enjoy it. So perhaps I'll do a few more. And I did enjoy doing this one, and as you can see, I've used a couple of oval dies to set this one because it just seems to suit the composition of this rose the way I painted it. And again, I took this from a book. I used a picture of a rose from a book as a reference just to try and get it right. And the last one I did was again painted, and it's a lavender one, and yes, I did do this in pencil. And as you can see, it's got some butterflies in the background, so of course I painted a butterfly, probably a bit big but never mind, onto the lavender sprays to coincide or coordinate with this. And I've really enjoyed doing these projects. They really are good fun, and the smell of all these different papers is quite breathtaking actually. These papers, if you weren't with me when I did my original set, are actually scented draw liners, which I've got in another corner of my studio, over the other side, just over there on top of my workstation. And even with the lid on, when you go over to that corner, you can really smell them. So obviously I can't show you that on video, but the smell is very noticeable. So it's nice to have that. It's nice to have a nice scented studio. So thank you for joining me for this roundup. I hope you have enjoyed it, and I'll show you this greetings card, this birthday card here. I will come back next week and I'll show you how I made it. I'll go through step by step how I created this effect on the background and how I made the whole card up from start to finish. And I want to show you, well, I don't think it's a new product, but it's a new product to me. I think it's made by Dovecraft. I found a wonderful set when I was out shopping this morning. I found a wonderful set of metallic card, which is not just gold and silver, but it's got, I think it's got copper and bronze in it as well. I'll have to have a look. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to play with that during the week, see what I can do with it. And when I do my weekly roundup next week, I'll come back and give you my view of it and what I've done with it. So I hope you've enjoyed this weekly roundup and found it useful. If you're enjoying these videos, please do hit the like button and subscribe to our channel so that you never miss a video. And I will be back very soon. If there's anything else you'd like to see me do, any more paintings or craft projects, please do pop me a comment and I will do my best to do it for you. And in the meantime, do please stay safe. Have a great time this weekend, have a wonderful weekend, and have fun in all you do. And I'll see you again very soon. And in the meantime, take care and bye bye for now.